So actually, you guys, I had to come in a little earlier. So I thought that this would be better. I know. What are you talking about? What are you talking? No, seriously, I needed to come in earlier. So I'm glad that I made this judgment call, and it's either I come in a little later or I come in early. But at least I'm here. And the okay, so this aim is just to begin making some things happen. So I okay, so in other words, my intentions was to come in and just sort of talk about what I'm developing here. So I'm continuing my journey. I'm aligning all of my links. Any links that are associated with testimonials. I'm including them. Um, I have only but one link that leads to where people can it, it can what's it called? It's called no, hold on. It's gosh, well, it's not a subscription, but it's where you can uh, get a ticket. So by having a ticket, then you can partake in the reading. But I forget the name of it. Register. That's what I'm looking for. So I have a way where people can register, and I'm going to try and get a hold of this where I'm creating, I guess, registrations, I guess, for, or, where people can join in early, much earlier than later. And so I'm working on that. I'm not sure which days, I'm pretty sure they'll just be sprinkled throughout the week. And I'm gonna try to do some where they're like a week in advance, because I think it'll go quite well with what I've got going on with, doing my lives, going live, and so forth. So I am working overtime, in my imaginings, in my mind, how easy, how simple this will be. But yes, so if you need to see, if you like testimonials, there they are. They're down below. Hey, I'm talking about my testimonials down below in the description. The first link is for registration for those who are wanting to have access to the show where I'm going to do readings and have psychic discussions. And then the rest of the links are links where you can find me, locate my testimonials. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you have to look a little harder. That's probably it. You probably have to look a little harder because they're all across the internet. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. My testimonials, you guys, are down below, and also the first link is a registration link. That's for those who want to interact with or want personalized readings. But the rest of the links is the ability to read what the people are saying about me in testimonials. Also, to check out my 5 stars, because I have 5 stars all across the board. This is a psychics channel, so if you happen to stumble in here, stumble across the channel, or maybe you already know. So because, I mean, I think I have it plastered all over the place. At least when you arrive, yeah, that's just, yeah, this must, oh, is this some psychic? What are you, psychic? So, yes, all you have to do is just follow one of the links and look for me if you don't know. Oh, you like the lives? Well, thank you. I'm practicing. I'm very okay, so I've actually subscribed for a long time now, but I am still getting used to going live. I'm much better I'm used to speaking to people like random strangers all day because that's what I do for a living. I did every day. I speak to strangers, and I make friends from all over the. I spoke to somebody literally from Africa, from Ghana, in Africa, the continent of Africa, but Ghana. So then next time I'll be speaking to somebody from Dublin, in America, Chicago. So I want to, continue to develop my independent pathway to helping people the best that I can. So that's why I guess I needed. I said, well, let me just share the link. So if you just look for my face, go to my it's my bio, and you can read the testimonials there, and also see the 5 stars that I have that I love to talk about. I always say this, but I never really thought to just direct you to seeing those profiles. So I probably well I actually so I have some links are like to because I'm under famous psychics, so I work with the clients of famous psychics. So I didn't bother to go like just get my profile page, and then I could have done it that way. So you might have to like do a little bit of hunting. But when I'm live, you can clearly see me because I mean I'm one of a kind. But anyways, it was my first attempt at it. Now that I thought about it, I probably will go back and go over it a little bit more. But yeah, I'm pretty new at going live, and I'm still trying to figure some things out. I'm trying to get to the early monetization so that I can begin uh, sharing the types of lives where we can have readings together, which is, I believe, I'll be doing that through memberships, membership lives, or membership only lives. There that can have genuine conversations. Yeah. So that's what the aim is. But I said, well, what if I want to do this much early? So yeah, I have everything that I need. I already have my number, so people can have anonymous phone calls with me. I imagine like people say, look, I want to remain anonymous. I don't want people knowing that I'm speaking to a psychic. So yeah, I'm making it very easy for people to anonymously call, whether if you're in the U.S. or international. Yeah. Oh, and through my TikTok, which that's the first link, that's for the registration because I'm intending to, I believe it's tomorrow, I'm going to give it my first try at doing a live just for the sake of reading. So that's my goal. And don't worry, I will sprinkle some throughout the month and try to make this like a deal because that's pretty much what the channel is about. But if although I intend to do other more things than just do readings, because I also have a book that I'm sorting out for 2026. So yes, this is going to be amazing. I feel like I'm just kind of crashing into this. I think that's what you have to do. You kind of just have to just dive in, and I hope that I'm able to. Well, I hope. I know I will deliver. I'm very certain on that. If I can speak to clients, 2 hours plus, strangers for that long, only about their lives, I'm sure that I can. I have plenty of information, knowledge wise, about the industry. Oh, wonderful topics. I love everything spiritual, everything metaphysical, everything biblios, but all Bibles, not just Abrahamic, all of the teachings. And I like to, sort of get, from I guess my psychic perspective, I like to look at the symbolism, especially the mystical symbolisms, which that's also why I wanted to have the ability. So I needed to find a really great publisher, which I found, who will, make it easier for like make it pretty much straightforward for me, so I can focus more on the writing bit. So yeah, Don't worry. I'll definitely let you know, my progress on that. Yes, definitely a 2026 things. For now, I need to focus on opening up all of my opportunities here on my YouTube channel and I guess TikTok, bring TikTok along with me. Oh my gosh, a sticker. Something you always procrastinate on. Monetization, that was easy. They wanted me to add a sticker. They're asking something that you always procrastinate on. You mean like monetizing my channel? That's a procrastination. No, I wake up pretty okay. Like people send me email like, "Hey, could you please, log in earlier?" Well, because over there, the rest of the world, they've moved their hour up ahead, so they're 1 hour ahead. So they're like, "Hey, could you mind?" And by the way, I also have to stay an hour later. So I have been arriving at 7 or being going live at 7 and then all the way to 5 p.m. our time until we move our hour up here in the West. But I did it. I made it through. And interesting enough, I've really met some serious people. I mean, wow, like I needed to be on. So, my gosh, nothing, wrong with them. It's just that they have very serious adult things going on, like children, like leaving the house, the whole bit. So I was so proud of myself. I was so happy, to I was like, no, this is the type of readings that I wanted, and those are I got them. I got the big readings. Oh, hello, welcome. I'm just I'm kind of like just chatting. More people joining in now. Oh yes, yes. Ever so slow, so gradually. I'm growing. I'm so happy I'm growing. I'm gonna continue to work at it. I put my links down below where people can read my testimonials from all over the world, and also including the U.S. Yeah, you can read my testimonials. You can, um, you know, register now. I even have a place where you can register so that you can join in into a live where actually you see me actually doing readings for you though, not just reading for my clients. So I'm beginning to offer those services now. So to you all, like I do offer those services, but obviously through all those links, people finding me all like from all over the place, from all over the world. So now people can find me here on YouTube and can have those same services and ask psychic questions. So I'm becoming more focused. Uh, I'm I don't think that I had like put out there enough exactly. I mean, I could talk about it all day, but I think some visuals help. So that's why I put several links down below in the description so people can check it out. Like, look, I truly am working. I truly am a working psychic. It's like when I said I do this all day. This is what I mean. This is where I'm at all day. When I said I'm doing readings all day, that's what I do. Come on. They were like, "Yeah, are you really a psychic? Do you even have tarot cards?" So yeah, so I like now you can read what the companies who are reputable have to say about me, and also those who my clients, people who have worked with me, what they say about me. Because I was originally just posting um like one testimonial for like a week. Then I said, you know what, this let me make this easier. I said I'll just kind of be more transparent about this. You know, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to being able to do more with the channel. I think I'm ready. Um, yeah. So I have ever so gradually. I said, universe, what do you need to teach me today? That's gonna help like you to trust me to do some independent work. Universe was like, yeah, you're not getting anywhere near until you figure out this. How are you going to produce a book? And so I finally figured out a way. And the moment that I started talking about writing, or Universe started telling me I'm going to be doing writing um, next next upcoming year, that's when the channel began. Now you all are starting to show up. So yeah, people are starting to, come around. They're starting to get a hint, that I'm on, that I'm going live. So I just need to remember to stay focused. Because like when you start going live, you start wanting to talk. Like I start wanting to talk about just whatever, like other things, what other people want to talk about. So I'm gonna try to remember. Look, do you want this channel to be a psychic channel? Okay, you might want to talk about psychic stuff then, sometimes. So yeah, so I'm keeping focused, I think, but I still want to talk about those strange things that happen in the world. So yeah, those are wonderful conversations to have, because it goes along with me making predictions about what I see, in about certain situations. I have been dreaming. Do I need to actually um, uh, do predictions around the government shutdown? I was like lying there. I was like, I haven't even discussed this yet. Like maybe I should do no, I wouldn't say but like read into it. I think like that would be something people may be, like needing to know, maybe even wanting to know. What I did instead is that I prepared people for, um, especially like government workers, when there was like the hearsay, the rumblings that that they were being let go, and people were calling in and they were asking me, and I was talking with them. I was like, this is how you want to prepare and trust and believe. They're doing a whole overhaul. Now, this government shutdown, who saw that coming? Oh my gosh. Well, but it was like it kept coming up and it kept like missing. It's like one of these days it's going to land. I don't think you have to be psychic to know that at some point after they've tried several times to let it shut down, they've been, it's like since the turn of the year, it's fighting to keep the government open, literally, like arguing whether or not if they should just let it shut down. Like month, it was like every 2 months. It sound like every 2 to 3 months. It's like it's bound to stick one of these times, and you don't have to be a psychic to see that. Well, now it happened, and it's like, and I'm giving up being judgmental. I'm like, why do people have to like let people go, or why does this type of thing has to happen like close to winter, uh, hot like spiritual holidays like November out of all times, December. What about New Year's? Because like everything carries over from you know, well, December into New Year's Eve and bringing in New Year's Day. Like, wow. Like, I don't think no one will be able to forget. Like, this is definitely up there with travesties, like, tragic. It's something that's tragedy. But anyways, we're definitely already sending out prayers, not to rub this in, but we send out blessings, prayers, positivity, the ability, the will to survive, healing energy, money, needs are met. We're sending out all of those types of energies, of course. Also, people who are actively looking for work, to find actually what they're looking for, find work, in the meanwhile, till we can see, figure out what to do about this. We got to put our minds together, come up with some solutions here. But yeah, it does feel like a punishment on somebody else's behalf. Like, oh my gosh, I'm being punished because someone else. I mean, that's one way of looking at it, but then the other way, if you want to be religious about it, is the sacrifice for somebody else. You could look at it that way. Depends on how you ever you want to look at it. It's happening, it's real, and it's happening now, and it's this year, 2025, the end of 2025. Who saw that? Now that, I mean, you could say, like I was being sarcastic, one day, one day, it's just they're gonna like be careful what you wish for. They're gonna do it, and then it's just gonna happen, and then it'd be like, okay, now it's happened. Now what do we do? Okay, shut down. Now what? So yeah, but definitely, I'm be even more honest. I will be glad when it's opened up again, so that people who I care about, my clients, this is not something that's weighing on their minds. I would love for my clients to feel, like they have their dignity and they're strong. Of course, they have dignity, they have integrity, but they're strong, and you know they have their worries behind them, and they're back to work. Focusing on life, living life. Versus sacrifices for survival. But we'll get there. So, but yeah, this should make for a very interesting November. And by the way, November is the way that I'm interpreting November for most of the world is, well, the other half of the world, or well, I believe America as well. U.S. This is a time of gathering of people. So people definitely are coming together no matter what. And of course, will they have to? Of course. They're people are going to attract to people, or their soul tribe, their group, their family. But also, this November is actually also a romantic month, and I can only imagine like the person you're with, but you love the person, and you're going through all of this. You're going through a government shutdown with somebody who you really love, and of course that love is back. It's a healthy relationship, and you both are relying, putting your heads together to your make your security, your job security, making plans, how to continue to grow and thrive in this world. And also, this is a time where people grow closer, or I think that if people were going to grow apart, they would have already fallen away, because what I've noticed is that people have already fallen away, and the people who are around right now are those who are going to bring in 2026 with you. So I kind of want to say, if they're falling away, let them fall away. Don't struggle with them, because the right people are now, by now, they are attracting to you. Let them come to you. Absolutely. Yeah. And so letting those sort of like the dice fall as they may, or let those marbles gravitate to where they are meant to collage, where they're meant to collide. I'm saying clash and collide at the same time. um, but once we get through to November, I think things will look up. I have a feeling that I'm hoping that mercy, I think I'm more praying, hoping mercy happens. But I think that, the spirit, that good old spirit will come, settle on our, on the world's shoulders. And I think people will be, what they call it, they will be summoned, invoked. What's the other one that they? What's that interesting word that they use? Compelled. That's what I'm looking for. They'll be compelled by spirit, December, to you know, uh, let up, open the world up, open the government up again. That's but nonetheless, still yet, can you imagine? Despite of the government as it is, what in conditions, some people are experiencing it, some people are witnessing it. That's okay, but nonetheless, everybody still draw together more than ever. Now that would be like a balance, like the way universe say, you know what, let's bring everybody together anyway. So okay, yeah, the goods of government shut down, but what does that have to do with celebrating? What does that have to do with coming together and being in the spirit, and bringing in the new year together? He's like, a community. When a community get together, they'll make something happen out of. They'll make something happen. They'll make music. They will make merry. They will feast. So I'm definitely putting out that good energy out there. I'm like, let's go, let's go, let's go. So yeah, I'm excited. I am excited to see what happens, how this plays out. Definitely a test of humanity for sure. Um, Throughout November. But yeah, but I do believe, yes, uh, people are hearing a very different speak from me. When I know some people are spirit saying other things, then, oh yes, yes, that's all I am thinking about is falling madly in love. These just happen to be the people who I'm working with. Um, but I did have some challenging, like I had some very uh, sophisticated readings today, and I'm so proud of those readings because I like tough stuff, like hard conversations. I love when people, women, find their power, and that's what happened today in general. Without giving too many details, I witnessed a mom discovering her power, and I was like, the universe is proud of you right now. You're doing excellent, mom. You're doing the right thing, and yeah, then she knows it too. So she is supported by spirit, and and she's protected. She has all the light in the world, to face whatever challenges that lie before her. But yeah, we ended the call on a good note. I feel confident in her strength, That's always been there without me giving her any compliments whatsoever. But it was good to hear she's putting it into practice. I was right there on time to share in that experience and witness all of it. It's all unfolding. So it's already in motion, kind of like when some things you release, you can't take it back. It's already released. So it's already done. Now it's just a matter of she just claiming it. And the way her new life is going to be, because I do have hopes. November, I've expressed that November is a positive, beneficial month. So I'm definitely, I know it's gonna like enter coming into November. What we must expect that first of all, it's do they open up the government before November? No, I not to be a bearer of bad news, but I love being positive, but I do see November November shut down, and I'm can already okay. So there is an energy that's associated with the winter season that we call the dark of night, right? Dark of the night of the soul, right? And but there's also a very spiritual essence in that it's like magical, mystical, and you feel like light is air, and so it can either be dark, like night of the soul, or it could be light as air. So I'm hoping that we lean towards, but I also believe that we have the strength if we have to walk in the night and in the cold. I think we have the strength to do it, especially if we, being that I believe we would be doing it together. But I would like to believe that it's going to lean more towards spirit. But it's one of those things. Like you keep throwing the dart and saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna do this," and then until somebody either calls your bluff, or or it actually the right climate happens, the stars are aligned, and it happens. Like the government shutdown. Yeah, we're gonna shut down until it eventually it just happens. So it's kind of like the same thing. Unfortunately, with December, it's like, yeah, this is gonna be like giving in to the darker impulses, and as you say, a black Christmas. Oh my, did I even have to say that out loud? And so it's like a dark Christmas. Nothing wrong with black, but a bleak. How about that? A bleak Christmas. Which how am I? A bleak all of December, not just Christmas, but the whole thing. That means what do you call it? All of them, all of them will be bleak, not just the 25th, right? Um, and I would like to think otherwise. Um, hmm, my goodness, my goodness. Of course, that happens then. Watch and see what happens. What will even New Year's even look like? Because usually they give in by now, right? Usually by the time November happens, they cave. Specifically, then it goes into the parade. The government is opened again. It's Thanksgiving, and then it's gonna be everybody's like, oh yes, they're focused on Black Friday, but I have this eerie feeling like, no, this time we're gonna go the full on way. Why do I have that feeling that that's what's gonna happen? But either way, we're gonna definitely send out the good energy. We're gonna send out the beautiful vibes that spirit turns to them, and then they in turn turn to spirit, and and make a consciousness decision, and come together in this time of, desperate. Well, the vision of desperation before us, like getting ahead of that, as like they have done so many times in the past. All we can do really is just send out that good energy, and just continue to bless and pray and bless. And what's the word that they use? um, um, Intercede. Intercede on our behalf. Hopefully, they're gonna need to intercede on our behalf. I mean, then now, usually they're early. they, you know, and usually they do it like at least 1 week before, like it, like shopping for Thanksgiving. So usually they do it like with like the first week, or the middle of like going into the first week of November. Usually early, like this week. Usually that's how it flows, I think. But nonetheless, um, oh yes, and we do fast, so we are like in our fast in our meditations. Um, but I can only imagine that some people are are naturally going to want to fast and be in their prayer closet, or in their meditations, in their spiritual meditations, you know. But this definitely is a time to be communal, like community. This is very much that time, if there ever was. But which will more than prove that, you know, people are together, people are, you know, they have humanity in them, regardless, even if they're not believers necessarily, or even spiritualists. Everyone can sense when others, or a great magnitude of other people, are in great need. Like you said, you all out there say, this is a time people who are not affected by the government shutdown, that for they to step up and to be the armor bearers, the strong arm, you know right now, these individuals stepping forward. And so it's going to happen. Like you said, it's the people who shape the government. So that means it'll be the people who take care of the people. Who's going to take care of the people? The people themselves are going to take care of the people, which means you like I've been saying, move towards your soul tribe. It's important to move towards your soul tribe. You've got to find your group. You've got to find your community. You know, you have to go into the community. Doing this is not the time to, as you say, do this by yourself, do this on my own, because you don't have to. You don't have to do it alone. And this is not the season or time, as you say, to be. I mean, like, why are you alone in a season like this? So no, you definitely want to draw people near you, draw people close to you, become invested in the people, become invested in your family, in yourself, to align with your love, your lover, even your lover as well. And so we definitely are, I can feel that imparting energy. So we're imparting energy at that. But, more and more, good things will happen for people. I can tell, especially, those who are saying, I want actually good energy. I want, incoming energy, like you pay it forward type energy. You pay it forward, don't worry. Somebody else behind you is paying it forward to you. The idea that prosperity flows like a stream. It always finds its way, through the current. It finds its way to a greater, abundant wealth of prosperity, that is infinite, as the mind can perceive, in, unto the oceans. And someday those same waters of prosperity will make its way back to you, will find its way back to you. And, you know, this time, I have a sense that we're also in a new spiritual algorithm, where you might say, we're getting to a place where I don't think we're going to have to try as hard, to make make the world go, to continue to stay foot, always one step ahead, of the sharp teeth right behind our ankles. I think we're moving into that place, that space and time, where, like, I don't think that, like, let's say moving into the new year, it's going to be, I don't think it gets harder. I think it gets easier. I think we're finding better ways, a much more magnificent way of doing things, to achieve a more excellent way to be in achievement, to achieve the goals, which is to achieve the goal, that is to achieve life, to have your life, and not have it interrupted, disrupted, in that wonderful space and energy and time. So I do believe that ultimately, even though certain things are afoot, I truly and genuinely believe that you're going to see these communities actually aligning together and making something beautiful happen throughout throughout the seasons. And wouldn't it be nice? Okay, so I'm a psychic and I do things quickly, right? I say things fast. But wouldn't it not be amazing if, the, then the government just opens up? It's like, forget what that psychic said. Government, open up. I will celebrate that. I would eat that cake. I would eat that humble pie. So universe, come on with it. Um, can I ask? Oh, by the way, if you look down below, you'll see links. And the first link is for registration. Follow that link. Register for my upcoming reading session and a live that is anonymous, live that I will be doing. Also, check out my testimonials down below. I have testimonials. The testimonials are fantastic. Um, yes, I'd love to see you there. In one of the lives where you've registered and where I'm also answering questions. I'd love to hear you say, "Hey, I checked out your testimonials. That's pretty cool. Keep up the good work." Yeah, definitely. You could drop that in the chat box as well. And I have 5 stars across all the platforms. So, enjoy. You know, um, please subscribe so that you can access all the wonderful services and my book that I intend to produce in 2026. As the channel grows, you can have direct access with me and have readings with me anonymously, by the way, because I also have a number, I have a phone number for the US and an international number for the rest of the world. So I'm working as quickly as I can to get this going. I want this more than anybody. Trust me. I want to have this I want to do the work I do. The links down below, I want to be with those. Trust me, I want those. But I also want my channel to reflect what I'm doing for where those links lead, for where people are finding me through the channels of the wonderful companies that I'm associated with. I want to continue to do the work that I do. Absolutely, I'm looking forward, um, to seeing you all there in the registration. Well, once you registered. Yes, but don't worry if you can't make this one. I'm learning to sprinkle them throughout the month, so that you can, participate. So right now, I have to utilize my TikTok account to provide that live. So if most people at least are, at least like they're scrolling TikTok, like they can make their move around. But you could shop in TikTok. So I'm assuming that everybody is now over there as well. And yeah, so there's my link where you can register, where I will be hosting a live and answering questions. So yes, if you're there, you're guaranteed your questions will be answered. Um, and this is only until like am monetized. Hey guys, I'm trying to monetize as quickly as I can, but please remember I'm also very very new at going live, especially like consistently going live, and I don't even have that together properly. So I'm saying that I'm very new and I'm like diving into this head first. But don't you worry, I'm definitely dedicated. So yeah, I'm dedicated because I'm seeing the rewards. Like I'm slowly but surely etching ever closer to where I can see all of the different tools that I can that's going to help me to assist you better. Um, by the way, just if we may be clear, I think that I'm just as interested in the YouTube monetization for my videos, like the ads, moreover than like you all like joining membership. I just felt that I needed to say that, but I am a working psychic, and I kind of have to put it out there like that so people will understand that I'm I'm meant to be taken seriously. Like I really do readings, professionally. So, meaning, yeah, like give me your best questions. Don't just give me like what should I wear this weekend type questions. Like really like challenge me. Give me your most challenging moment that like okay, so I have this situation. Like I want those readings. I want your big readings. Okay, so I gotta put it out there that I didn't just roll out of bed and decided that I think I'll read cards today. That's no, that's not what this is. Links down below, and you can read my bio and check out the testimonials and what the companies and the clients what they've got to say about me. Remember, the companies are associated with famous psychics, so I'm a trusted and one of the leading psychics, working with famous psychics, reading with clients of famous psychics. So, yeah, I do a good job. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I do a really great job. I promise. Yeah, but yeah, definitely give me your more challenging questions, though. Yeah, so I just thought I would put that out there. So I covered it by just adding all of the links where people can check those things out. But yeah, you can register. The first link is a TikTok link, and that's just a place where you can register now so that you can join in and into a live and actually have your questions. Yes, if you're there, you're guaranteed that your questions will be answered. Guaranteed. Yeah, absolutely. And I have to do it that way as soon as I am allowed to like use the features with YouTube. Then I will definitely change. I will definitely like I won't need that link anymore. At least that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. But for now, I mean that's the only way if I want to do this faster. Like something is like saying, yeah, we should be doing this much quicker. Because if I'm not talking to you, I'm literally doing readings. I mean, that's what I do every day. So, I was just speaking to a gentleman, and his wife from Ghana, that's Africa. So, yeah, all over the world, all over the world. Tomorrow in the morning, I might be speaking to somebody from Tennessee. Who knows? So, oh my gosh. This definitely is going to be amazing um, experience because I think with my abilities, like we're definitely going to make it through November. Don't worry. I know the government's shut down, but with my abilities and with your abilities, I think we can come together. I think we could do something fantastic. I think we'll be okay. I truly believe that. I'm putting that out into the universe. Right now I know the earth is cooling because the it's doing the whole the rainy bit. It's been raining all like sappy raining all day, drizzle rain drops all day. I know what that means. That is Persephone yawning like, yeah, I'm ready to go. Mom, it's been great going back to Hades to my husband. I get it. Winter is upon us. But yeah, but we're not sorrowful though, and we should still enjoy the days we have left between now and the 30th, because this is the last leg of 2 weeks actually. So this is like we're in the last week, which has to do with analyzing as a group. So people are analyzing right now. But then once this is complete by the 30th, that's this week, isn't it like Friday or something like that? I think it's like Friday, something like that. Either Thursday or Friday. I think it's Friday. Well, anyways, so um, what happens, or no, it's maybe Saturday. No, 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 no. Friday because Saturday is the first. Okay, yeah. So So that means, hold on, Friday must be the 31st. So it must be Thursday. Okay, it's Thursday. Thursday is the 30th. Okay, got it. Thursday is the 30th, and that means that's the last. That's the end of the chapter to begin the next chapter, which is that means all the resolutions are before us, and we move as a unit. We move or as a group, as a soul tribe, as a people, however you want to phrase it. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. It's like the although I'm saying November, but it actually starts on the 30th. So like 30th and beyond is about that. It's supposed to be. It said it's supposed to be about partnerships having come together, relationships, and so forth, and long term um, agreements. But I think of it as positives. There's some like it has some positive elements. We're not going to even think about, okay, well, what about alternatives? I'm not considering the alternatives right now. Like, look, we'll get to some alternative type questions, as we, right now, we're just focusing on like a pathway forward. We need to open up that energy. So, so sending those prayers out there, what time is it? Okay, I have 9 minutes left. I can hang out. Um, I'm just right now, I'm just channeling uh, good energy. Um, you know, I want people to experience this the place of tranquility, a tranquil like I love having a tranquil mind, a tranquil mindset, light mind, a peaceful mind. I also want people to have genuine happiness in their life, enjoy. And it would be nice, right, if we all could experience these feelings all at once, like together. That'd be like amazing if we all could. But I know this is the real world, and realistically, yeah, we it's like you know if you like it, as you enjoy having your moment upstairs, yeah, there's somebody else who is not having such a good time. The good thing is the way I see it is, okay, I might be full of joy, the other person may be heavy, but the joy comes in helping them to understand where their heaviness is coming from and taking action against it. So then they become lighter, and then they are tapped into the same joy that I'm tapped into. Their joy may be, finally, I've lifted this off of me, or I've gotten this off my chest, or now that I'm actually going to take on this action, now my mind is at peace. So, like, that's how I like to think of it. Like connecting light, connecting light with light. That is much needed right now. Like if you are a light, share your light. Don't be ashamed of it. Don't be, caught up in, what if somebody sees you, like, allow people, when it's appropriate and when it's safe, for you, and you don't feel threatened, like allow people to connect with your light. Absolutely. Um, because if it works, they will become enlightened and they will grow from the experience of heaviness, that's associated with the lesson, but there's something they don't have to hold on to. I was speaking to somebody, they said that they felt that like they capture all of the hurts and with the pain, and it's not that they can't forgive, if they have trouble letting it go, like it stays in their body. And so I was explaining to them what they were holding on to. They are, in their process of that, trying to like take like maintain being in control, they're giving leeway, you know, for people to leave that energy with them. And I said, this is how you have to release it. None of that energy belonged to you. That was never meant to happen to you. And it's okay to acknowledge that. That, yeah, that wasn't supposed to happen. It's unfortunate it happened, but that wasn't supposed to happen. And neither was that ordained for it to happen, and nor did you sign a waiver for that in case it happens or that it is supposed to happen. None of that is true, or that you deserved it. That's not true. Yes, there's consequences with consequential results, but no, you didn't go seeking for those things that leave. We talk about pain and so forth and hurt, for those things to stay with you, to stay in your body as like a energetic trauma. So I said, so finally she was able to release that and drop it, as in trying to own it. Like she's owning, I own the pain. And I think she's past the part like using it as power. Some people use that as power, but they should really just drop it. And that just because inter that person interjected, person didn't intercede into your life. The same beautiful souls that you're meeting, you're going to meet those people either way. You're going to meet those people on your feet. You're going to meet these people lying in bed. You're going to meet these people, on the you know email exchange. You're going to meet these people if they phone you. You were meant to meet these beautiful souls who are meant to give you something, bring you something, invite you somewhere, love you. You were going to meet them regardless. And it had nothing to do with that person who comes with pain. Associating pain, what they call it, associating blessings with to someone who's bringing you pain. You don't have to go through a person who is bringing you pain to get to your blessing. That person is happening at the very same time that blessing is happening to you, meaning these are two unrelated circumstances, which means you don't have to deal with them, any longer than necessary or any longer than you wish to. Sometimes I understand relationships happen, and you become attracted, and you gotta see it through. You like, it's very difficult to explain while a person is living a peculiar lifestyle, that their lifestyle is actually doing them more harm than good at the time that they're having a blast. Sometimes people will, like, if they're uprooted from that experience, they actually return back to that place, which I believe they come back to those places not for, to continue on with the sketchiness of life, or to stay in that impoverished state of mind or being or destructive nature, but it's to complete the story. Because once they've completed the story, they move on from that world altogether, and they don't have a desire or need, though they know that through free will, and they're not neither shamed for the pleasures that they have partaken in, but they also understand that that's not the life that they want for themselves, like forever. That's not what they wish to be stuck in. So like, no. So sometimes that there has to be, like, people have to write the conclusions to their story, and that's how they grow far enough to where true healing, genuine healing, can begin. um okay, so I'm at the end of my hour, and thank you all for those who dropped in and visited, and I hope to do this again soon. And with that, don't forget to register, because yes, you want me to read for you. Trust me. Just read my testimonials down below. and I am going live again in tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll go live tomorrow again.